right now, though, two members of the band, the Unconventionals, who you may remember from X Factor 3 years ago. Jaymson was fronting the band at the time, who got through to the live shows, and then that was where their X Factor journey ended. God, I sound like one of the judges then, didn't I? How horrible. But it wasn't the end of music, because forming this group and choosing the direction and marketing yourself as something slightly different from the norm pop act really kind of inspired you to see it through, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I think we all felt that before we could put this to bed, we had to feel that we'd taken it as far as we could go, and so you know, hence, you know, we've carried on and we've recorded this album. Half of it. The original lineup isn't kind of as it was anymore. It's basically we've lost the three original girls during the course of making the album, and when we got about halfway through, we've now got two new girls. Another girl sort of came in just after the X Factor, so that was quite early on. But so there's going to be like half of the album will be like the old setup, and the other half will be the new guys. And Laura,
so you are one of the news, and Drew's niece. I mean, I'm just thinking, sort of family, all sort of singing. Are you a hugely musical family? Was performing something you always wanted to do?
Yeah, I've always wanted to perform from a very young age, and my family's very musical. Obviously, my uncle and my mum's quite musical, and it all sort of goes back to my granddad and his siblings, and they used to tour around Scotland singing. They were a little family child group type thing.
On trapeze.
Yeah.
So did you put yourself forward for the group, or did Drew approach you? I want to know where the sort of dynamics lie here.
Well, like, I used to do their MySpace and things like that, and I got a phone call from Drew saying one of the band members had left. Would I like to step in, have a think about it, because I've got school and stuff like that to be doing as well. But I jumped at the chance because it's such a great opportunity, so...
And you obviously knew the music, and you knew the whole sort of band ethos, so it can't have been too difficult to transition.
No, it was, the band were all really welcoming, and I'd heard the songs, and just had the harmonies to learn, really, so yeah, it was quite easy going into the band.
Now, the band sound, Drew, and the band look, describe yourselves to people. We're going to play the single in a second, but describe yourselves as an outfit to people listening now.
Well, for those that can remember, I suppose the best kind of example would be those that remember the Partridge Family. It's very much in that kind of vein. We're very kitschy, very 60s kind of outfits, and a very 60s, early 70s sort of vibe musically. And also we do a few covers that we've kind of made into that kind of sort of era that you wouldn't necessarily expect to hear in that way. So.
And why did you decide to stick your necks out like that and not sort of just run with what is apparently on trend music-wise?
Well, I think you have to be true to yourselves. I mean, I think you go where your passion lies, and there's no point in us trying to sort of, you know, be the next Dizzy Rascal or whatever.
Yeah, it might be fun.
Yeah, you know. But you know, you do what you do, and hopefully you do what you do well. And I think you know, hopefully there will be people out there that do like what we do. You know, and that remains to be seen. You know, when the single's released.
So the single comes out next month, and the album in
14th of September, the single, and then the album will be out around November.
How much of the sort of publicity machine is revolving around the fact that you were X Factor? I mean, obviously that's what we've spoken about here this afternoon. And how much of that is, to an extent, something you'd kind of like people to, acknowledge, but now see you for the new you?
Well, I don't think, you know, we can't sort of ignore that. That was a very big part of who we are, you know. I mean, we did form to go on to the X Factor. So I don't think we can deny that. And as I say, you know, it is really helpful right now when we're trying to promote everything. But of course, we would like people to start seeing us for who and what we're producing, you know, and start to see us for that reason as well.
What happens next for you guys? I'm guessing lots of promotion. Are you going to be hitting the road? Lots of live performances?
Well, I think first of all we're going to see how the single and album go. It has been quite difficult for us all to get together because we're all doing different jobs at the moment, and we have been doing all of this ourselves, and it will be released on downloads as opposed to with a major label. So it's been quite difficult sort of mixing the two things together, our own jobs and all of that. So, you know, God willing, if it's all looking very rosy, we'll get back to doing some live performing. So. And
has it all been a bit of a whirlwind for you, Laura?
Well, yeah, it has been really, because I've just had my exams, so I was sort of juggling school and going up to London recording and stuff like that, but it's been manageable. Just been quite busy.
Yeah, you can sit back and enjoy it all, I'm sure, at some point, but right now you've got to stay on that old hamster wheel, haven't you? Yeah. So we'll have a listen to the single now. This is Abstract Yo-Yo.
That's right.
Oh, and for some reason... Here we go.
Just like a boomerang that keeps coming back, all of the same mistakes down the same boat you're at.
A million and one short straws to clutch onto, floating through the limbo state of a mind.
Just like a 45 that's stuck in the groove, or like a game of chess with no place to move.
Spinning around in all directions, down the rabbit hole, no sense at all. Question marks, the gut that always box the list. You can't remember a thing. Friend or lover, do you dare seek another? Wrong turn, sober, can't love what's happening. This life's going up and down, falling fast and slow, a smile with a constant frown. The world is like a yo-yo, controlled by a piece of string. Round and round you go. This yo-yo's an abstract thing.
Spin around and round, up and down. Just when you think you know, there's a change of scene. Up as it begins and ends with no in between.
Steering the wheel, but from the backseat, through the looking glass, who can you ask? Question marks, the thought that always rocks, and this I can't remember a thing. Friend or lover, do you dare seek another? Wrong turn, sober, can't know what's happening. This life's going up and down, falling fast and slow, a smile with a constant frown. The world is like a yo-yo, controlled by a piece of string. Round and round you go. This yo-yo's an abstract.
Don't know what or who to believe. Don't know what it takes to be someone. Don't know what it takes or what or who to believe. Don't know what it takes to be someone. Don't know
single from the Unconventionals, Abstract Yo-Yo. I did ask what an abstract yo-yo was there, but probably something we don't have time to go into right now. Drew, Laura, it's been lovely meeting you this afternoon. Thank you very much for coming in. It's great to catch up with you after, I mean, you know, as a nation, we followed your fortunes to that point on the X Factor, and lovely to know that you're still doing it and sounding great as well. So do stay in touch with us.
That's really good of you.
Who knew that it was a hotbed of musical talent there in Wallingford, honestly. It's the afternoon show, BBC Oxford, 95.2 FM. We are going to be heading over to Italy.